Guy Fieri right there. So good. Hey, I'm Chef Scott Hamilton, and I'm the executive chef owner of High Desert Kitchen. And today we're gonna talk about chicken salad. Not just any chicken salad, some delicious chicken salad, because it's mine, and let's just be real, it's delicious. Also, it's simple because we're using a rotisserie chicken. Make things a lot easier. Now, if you would like to cook your own chicken before making this, be my guest. You can do the extra work. I'm proud of you. You can inject a lot of other new flavors, all sorts of things. Rotisserie chicken though, simple, easy. The recipe is built for one whole rotisserie chicken, so you can just grab it and say, cool, here's chicken salad for maybe like 10, ready to go out the door, let's rock and roll. Or you can smoke the chicken, you can grill the chicken, you can bake the chicken, you can steam the chicken, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can use canned chicken. Just don't hurt my soul and do that, please. Now, sandwiches, absolutely yes. Croissant, winning. Chips, yes. Crackers, yes. Lettuce wrap, yes. All of it's a win, okay? Now, what makes my chicken salad so good is when it has a little bit lighter of a dressing. So as you can see, it's coated, but it's not like gloopy and globby. So it's nice and light on that, so it keeps the salad feeling light. You don't feel like you're eating a heavy thing, but there's apples, there's pecans, celery, craisins in it. There's lots of flavor. There's tarragon in the dressing. It's light and refreshing. It has a little bit of a holiday feel. So this is great year round. It kind of hits all sorts of fun notes. So I say, let's make some. Okay, let's get started on the dressing for the chicken salad. We're gonna start off with a cup of mayo, and we're gonna add a little bit more vinegar. So we're using apple cider vinegar, but that's gonna help loosen things up. So 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We want that zing, brightness from that. And then 2 tablespoons of honey. That's what we're adding right now. The honey is gonna give us some sweetness. It's also gonna help kind of bind things up. So when we let this sit in the fridge, it's gonna kind of bring it back together, tighten up. Now for the spices, we got a tablespoon of poppy seed, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, 1.5 teaspoons of tarragon, a teaspoon of thyme, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt going in there. And then again, we're going to give that a nice stir. Once we get all of those incorporated into it, we're going to go ahead and now salt and season to taste. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just kind of build it as you go. Make sure you're tasting it. Give it a good mix. Let it kind of rest for a moment. Taste it. This turned out just right after that first thing of salt. We're good. Now we're going to throw it in the fridge and let it rest. As we start to break down this rotisserie chicken, we're going to be pulling the meat off the bones. Some skin's going to be okay, but I try to remove as much of the skin as I possibly can. And make sure that we're using all of that meat. We want to get it real clean. Don't forget those oysters on the back, nice and juicy. One of the most hidden spots on the chicken. But underneath the skin, there's lots of meat all over this. We want to get nice and clean. You can save these bones, make broth, make stock. Cleaner bones are going to give you a better stock. Meatier bones are going to give you a broth. Now, there's 2 ways that you can dice up this chicken. You can go piece by piece, cube it up, have it perfect. More than one can do that. Or make a big pile, run your knife through it. Make sure that you're changing angles of the knife, not just perpendicular and parallel and all that kind of stuff. We want to just kind of go off random angles. Watch where those big pieces are. We want them nice and small so it can be fit in a spoonful. Now, for the apple, we're looking for a small dice. We want to make sure that these are smaller than the chicken. We don't want it to overwhelm. If they're same size, that's going to be okay. So these first one that I did are a little too big. We don't want them that big. So we're going to cut them in half after we core it. So we're going to do that nice slice there. And now we're going to give it a good dice. And these pieces right here are going to be perfect. They're going to be either matching the size or slightly smaller. And again, that's so that with a spoonful, it has a little bit of everything and it matches the texture and size. Celery, same thing. We want it nice and soft. We're going to fold those in. As you can see a little bit of everything. There's not one thing that's overpowering it. When toasting these pecans, we're going to do it over medium-high heat in a pan. Just real quick and easy, about 10 minutes or so, tossing it every few minutes. Run our knife through it. We want a nice rough chop. We want kind of some big chunks, some smaller chunks, a little inconsistency. Throw our cranberries into this mix, and we're going to fold this all together and get it ready for the dressing. Now, as you can see, we can see everything is there, and everything can be in one bite. We don't want anything too crazy. The chicken's definitely going to be the star with the dressing, but you're going to have a little bit of everything on every single bite, and that's what we're looking for. Now, as you can see, this dressing is much thicker, and it's kind of solidified as it rested in the fridge for a little bit. And it only rested for about a half hour. It wasn't anything crazy. And now the great thing is that this dressing is going to be lightly coating everything, so it won't be over the top, it won't be mushy or wet the next day. So it's great to eat like this, or you can do what I did and make a delicious sandwich out of it. There's all sorts of possibilities, and it's great, so enjoy. All right, let's give this chicken salad sandwich a try, shall we? Because the answer is yes. Okay, first of all, cross-cut cook. Oh, delicious. All right, it's gonna be messy. Judgments out the door. Guy Fieri right there. Whoa, one after it. So good. Dressing's like nice and sweet, but earthiness, the tarragon and the thyme just kind of give you this little waves. Almost feels like, has like a holiday little vibe, and it's just so good. Tomatoes, great. Onions, great. The crunch of the apple and the crunch of the celery, they're different crunches, but they play so well together. Oh, man. Ooh, it is just a winning sandwich. You know, there's one thing that I like to brag about, and that's my food, and that's because this is delicious. Love it. All day. All day.